Hi everybody. Today is July 18th, 2019. We are in a Tithi Dwitya, which means the day is ruled by Ashwini, as well as having Chandra energy. And today we're going to talk about the Dhanu ascendants. And the way that you'll know if you have Dhanu as an ascendant is if you have the number 9 placed in the first bhava or house. And I always like to go over which nakshatras Dhanu is going to cover. So Dhanu covers the entire nakshatra of Mula, all the pads. It also covers all the pads of Parashara. And then it goes into the first pod of Uttarashad as well. And so, folks, we're going to be using the Hora Shastra, and I will begin by going through the effects of the 9th Lord in the first bhava. The native will be fortunate, will be honored by the king, be virtuous, charming, learned, and honored by the public. And moving for a 10th Lord in the second bhava, the native will be wealthy, virtuous, honored by the king, charitable, and will enjoy happiness from father and others. And for the 11th Lord in the third bhava, the native will be skillful in all jobs, wealthy, endowed with fraternal bliss, and may sometimes incur gout pains. And for those of you who don't know what gout pains are, that is when you get inflammation. Usually you see it most of the time in the feet or the arms, but it can happen anywhere. And moving for a 12th Lord in the fourth bhava, the native will be devoid of maternal happiness. And will day by day accrue losses with respects to lands, conveyances, and houses. And moving for a first Lord in the fifth bhava, the native will have mediocre progenic happiness, will lose his first child, be honorable, given to anger, and be dear to the king. And moving for a second Lord in the sixth bhava. Now, along with a benefit, according to sage Parashara, the native will gain wealth through his enemies. Now, if Don's Lord is Yuti with a malefic, there will be a loss through enemies, apart from mutilation of shanks. Now, I will explain that in detail because a lot of those words are not used that often today. So Don's Lord is Yuti with a malefic. This is what it's saying. If Don's Lord is Yuti with a malefic. So Don's Lord is going to be the second house. So the Lord of the second house is going to be Venus or Shukra. And so what it's saying is that if Shukra is in Yuti with a malefic, which means it's in some kind of conjunction with a malefic. So if Shukra or Venus is in conjunction with a malefic, there will be a loss through enemies apart from mutilation of shanks. And moving for a third lord in the 7th bhava, the native will be interested in serving the king. He will not be happy during boyhood, but the end of his life he will be happy. And the 4th lord will be falling in the 8th bhava for our Dhanu ascendants. The native will be devoid of domestic and other comforts, will not enjoy much parental happiness, and be equal to a neuter. And if the 5th lord is in the 9th bhava, which it will be for all of our Sagittarius or Dhanu ascendants, the native will be a prince or equal to him, will author treaties, be famous, and will shine in his race. And for a 6th lord in the 10th bhava, the native will be well known among his men, will not be respectfully disposed to his father, and will be happy in foreign countries. He will be a gifted speaker. And for the 7th lord coming into the 11th bhava, the native will gain wealth through his wife, be endowed with less happiness from sons, etc., and will have daughters. And when the 8th lord comes into the 12th bhava, the native will spend on evil deeds and will incur a short life. More so if there be additionally a malefic in this 12th bhava. So folks, I do know that some of those were not probably something that sounded appealing, but like with all of these bhava effect videos that I'm doing, I do want to stress that these are ancient, and the complete chart has to be taken into consideration. So we have to consider what is happening in that bhava. So this is the effects of a lord in that bhava. So this is how the lord is going to work in that bhava. Now, when we have a benefic in there, when we have a malefic in there, if we have both in there, if we've got the nodes in there, everything has to be taken into consideration. A chart has to be taken into totality. There's so many different things that play an effect in someone's chart. But this is the blueprint to kind of let you know what your areas and how those bhava effects are playing out in your birth chart. And so hopefully these videos are helping you as much as they helped me, and have a good rest of the day. Thank you.